I am MechaRandom42, your favorite YouTube harpy, and we have some updates about the new Khan miniseries or TV series that is going to be probably appearing on CBS All Access eventually at some point in time. We don't know for sure. It's still kind of in the works. But I hate to admit this might actually be halfway decent. If CBS and CBS All Access and Alex Kurtzman and Akiva Goldsman can keep their grubby paws off of it. So let's just go right over to the article here. And of course, I do have to give a major shout out to Midnight's Edge for getting this information. But you know what? We're using comicbook.com's article because it's all right there in black and white and I don't have to like type up a bunch of stuff. So we're going to use theirs. And they also give Midnight's Edge a huge shout out. So thanks so much to Tom for doing this interview and getting it up. He's actually the guy who talked to Nicholas Meyer. So yay. Really super excited about this. Let me go over here and show you the article. So this is from comicbook.com/Star Trek. And it is Jamie Lovett. We usually are finding that Jamie Lovett writes all of the Star Trek articles. So Star Trek, Nicholas Meyer reveals Khan series title, offers update. Nicholas Meyer, director of Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, has offered an update on the long-rumored Khan television series. In an interview with YouTube channel Midnight's Edge, Meyer reveals that the series is titled SETI Alpha 5, and it was planned as a 3-night Star Trek event. Okay, so we have the title confirmation, from what he's titled it anyway, and it's going to be a 3-night miniseries. Also, here, good news. This is what we're really excited about. I was commissioned to write a 3-hour or 3-night event, and that's what I did, Meyer says. It's called SETI Alpha 5, and I don't know the current status. It's been up in the air. Partially, there is a lot of confusion between CBS, and there were big upheavals at CBS, and while they sort of didn't know who was in charge, they also didn't know what they were going to do with SETI Alpha 5. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I haven't heard from them in some time. Well, we know what happened. They had a lot of people that they fired behind the scenes. They've had a bit of a clusterfuck behind the scenes of all their Star Trek Discovery ins and outs and their reshoots and rewrites and all these things that we've been reporting on for months here, and pretty much every other news site. Anybody who actually gives you the news about Star Trek Discovery will tell you, yeah, they've had a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So despite being confident within the material, Meyer isn't certain that the series will ever actually be produced. That is a sad thing, but I would rather not have one if they're going to really, really mess it up, because we can always get like a script later on once we have people who aren't, the Three Stooges of TV and movies and stuff behind the scenes. At least 2 of the Three Stooges. The Three Stooges would probably have done a better job. It's very good, he says. It's a terrific trilogy. I think one of the things that has happened is they're not sure that a trilogy is long enough to warrant the cost of doing it. Maybe it should be something longer, or I don't know the details of their thinking because I haven't heard them. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Why would CBS All Access spend all this money when we know they've spent, a good $9 million an episode, thanks to a lot of the research that Midnight's Edge has done, and a lot of these other channels have been really going in and going through the numbers, crunching numbers. So we know that the show is costing $9 million an episode for Discovery. We know that they're probably not making that kind of money back. I know they probably will get a bit of a boost in sales or some revenue back with DVD sales, because the DVD sales for Discovery are probably not going to be doing terribly. You're going to have a lot of people who will just wait for the DVD to watch it, to even try it. A lot of people who don't want to watch something digitally. They don't want to sign up for a streaming service for one show for months and months and months when you can just go and buy the DVD for like $20 on Black Friday, which is, I think, what a lot of people did. Instead of spending, $10 a month for 6-7 months just for CBS All Access, no, that's not worth it for just one TV show, especially when the TV show is Discovery. But for your just casual people who are curious, they might buy it for $20 because they collect Star Trek, and then they might say, oh my god, this is terrible, and sell it. That's an option. But anyway, back to the article here. So there are a few things to unpack from this new information. The first is the title. SETI Alpha 5 is the planet that Khan and his crew of the Augments were left on at the conclusion of Star Trek the Original Series episode Space Seed. Khan's escape from that planet kicked off the events of the Wrath of Khan. The miniseries then would presumably tell the story of what happened in between, while Khan and his followers were living on the planet. The title is also interesting because it is one of the 6 titles leaked during the trademark filings earlier this year that Midnight's Edge also has done videos about. SETI Alpha 5 is the second title to be confirmed as official after CBS All Access announced another, Star Trek Lower Decks, which was being used as the title for an in-development animated comedy, which is going to be terrible because it's basically Rick and Morty, you know? It's by one of the writers from Rick and Morty, and I already have a video about that. This seems to lend the credibility to the other 4 titles and suggests that CBS All Access may yet have plans for SETI Alpha 5. As for Meyer's assessment of the situation, it's easy to see what he's talking about. The upfront cost of producing a 3-episode sci-fi series just may not be worth it for CBS, especially since the series is likely meant for CBS All Access, which wants to attract monthly subscribers. A similar conflict was rumored to have sprung up between Star Trek Discovery co-creator Brian Fuller and CBS during that series' development. Fuller wanted Discovery to be an anthology show like American Horror Story, but CBS All Access supposedly balked at the cost of reimagining the sci-fi series every season, especially considering how the cost of the first season alone reportedly ballooned above expectations. This disagreement and others, as well as Fuller's commitment to American Gods, were reportedly why Fuller exited the show. CBS All Access has gotten around that issue with its 4-episode Star Trek Short Trek series, which are just terrible. They're just god-awful. The 2 of them that I've seen, just terrible. I do have video reviews of those as well if you want to check them out. The series is able to manage cost by reusing sets, characters, and concepts from Discovery, as well as keeping the episode length under 20 minutes. The episodes are being released monthly, which encourages fans to keep their subscriptions active. Or just wait until after. You can just wait to watch them. They're not good. They're just not good. They're not worth signing up on CBS All Access for. Absolutely not. CBS executives have expressed a desire to have some kind of new Star Trek content available on CBS All Access all year long. Perhaps SETI Alpha 5 can be used to attract Star Trek fans during the summer months while Discovery is in a hiatus, billing it as a television movie trilogy released monthly. What are your thoughts on SETI Alpha 5? Let us know in the comments. Well, my thoughts. I like I said, if we have Nicholas Meyer writing it, if it stays true to the story, if we don't have a bunch of stooges behind the scenes with their shaky camera and Dutch angle, seasick camera angles, then it'll be terrible. If they try and modernize it too much, it'll be terrible. You have to keep the technology in line with what they had on the planet. Whatever they had, which wasn't much, right? They didn't exactly, set them up with, here's your fastest starship in the galaxy, and no, they didn't do that. Obviously. So if they have really advanced stuff, I'm gonna be pissed. Also, who will we get to replace Ricardo Montalban? Nobody can replace him. Not a single person. Benedict Cumberbatch couldn't. In my opinion, none of these actors have the chops or the charisma or the balls, basically, to replace Ricardo Montalban. You can't do it. So going back and revisiting these things, even though I would love to have more Khan, it's just not going to happen because we don't have the time, the original actors, the original props, the original people working on the series much. I mean, we have Nicholas Meyer, but at the same time, is that really enough? I don't know. I'm so mixed on this. I really, really want a series. I want something to be good in Star Trek land. And we're just not getting that. We're just getting the same crap recycled stuff over and over again that they're, oh no, it's going to be different, we promise. And then they just go back to the same old garbage, and they don't do anything. They don't improve it. They think that imitating the Orville's elevator scene and having a few jokes in Star Trek Discovery Season 2 is what the fans want. And no, we want it to look like Star Trek. We want it to feel like Star Trek. We don't want a main character. We want a bridge crew ensemble sort of cast. We want a show that's actually about space exploration and not about the stupid interworking and interpersonal relationships of a main character that I detest. I can't stand her. She's horrible. She's so poorly written. I don't know what acting choices she's making. Makes me think she's a terrible actress who's portraying Michael Burnham. It's the worst character I've ever seen in Star Trek. So, yeah, if we can get Spock and Michael Burnham off of Discovery, then it might be okay. But man, what are they gonna do when they drag Khan through the mud now? I mean, are they gonna give us somebody who looks nothing like Khan? Is he going to be basically? Oh my god, they'll probably give somebody like Alden Ehrenreich or something who did such an amazing, not at all, job playing Han Solo. You know, somebody completely off character. You need somebody physically fit. You need somebody intelligent. You need somebody with that presence and that charisma to pull off a role like Khan. And I don't think you're going to find him, especially in this day and age, especially with the trends in acting and the type of actors and the type of stuff that people expect to see on these sort of garbage shows that are just kind of throwaway one season or one or two season sort of series. And that's kind of what we're at now. We're at this disposable sort of entertainment. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. I'll link Midnight's Edge whole video for the Nicholas Meyer interview. It's actually really good. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. I just didn't want to go through and take everything from their interview. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys on the next video or live stream. Bye!